After watching this movie with my wife asked, "Why is this movie called Roadhouse when the name of the bar is Double Deuce?" And I was like, "I'm not really sure why it's called Roadhouse. It's always thought that was the name of the bar myself. But it's called Double Deuce, and let's get into this Patrick Swayze classic, Roadhouse. Though it wasn't always a classic. Earned some, it didn't earn any raspberries, but it was up for some Razzies as worst director. I think Patrick Swayze was nominated for worst actor. And, watching this movie, I'm not really sure why it was so frowned upon in 1989. Because the acting's, it's not like the best acting ever. And the direction wasn't the worst direction ever. It was just, your average movie. I don't know, maybe I would have to guess maybe the Razzies, the Raspberries were looking for some attention. Patrick Swayze was a movie star at that time, so they nominated him just so people would pay attention to the Razzies. Anyways, it's not that bad of a movie. It's just your pretty good action flick. This is definitely a guy's movie. You got a lot of fist fights, a lot of action, and a lot of TNA to say. The women on here are just basically eye candy when they do make an appearance. You do Kelly Lynch. Is it Kelly Lynch? Make sure I get my notes here right. Is in this movie. And, she plays a doctor. And her character does have some kind of good role, though. But she sits there to be pleasing to the eyes. There is a romance between her and Patrick Swayze. She's the niece to the villain of the movie. Sorry, excuse me. I can understand maybe just getting a little bit of a Razzie for a screenplay because it doesn't really make sense very much. Patrick Swayze, for those of you who don't know, he's just this bouncer guy who is very well known in the bouncer community. He's able to go into these bars who have like a rough reputation, and he cleans out all the troublemakers and makes these bars to be respectable. And so he gets kind of hired by this bar owner to this small community. It's like a small place, town. It's basically run, it's one of these 1980s movies where it's basically run by this one guy who's kind of like a poor man version of a mafia guy. Goes collecting money from all the business types that are in there, strong souls them, gets their fist and beats them up if they don't give him the money, protection money. From what? From himself, I guess. He's kind of a little cocky, he's snobbish. Your typical villain of the 1980s in these type of movies. And so that's what Patrick Swayze ends up stumbling into in that kind of mess. But, you got some pretty good bar fight scenes in this one. Of course, you got your typical bottles busting. For your wrestling fans out there, Terry Funk is in this movie. He gets a small part. First, he's, one of the original bar bouncers in this bar, and when Patrick Swayze fires him, he goes and joins the bad guys gang and starts harassing the bar owner. I don't know, for some reason I got a little bit of like a Footloose vibe in this. I don't have no idea why, because it's I don't know why I get the little Footloose vibe, because the movies are pretty much opposite, no dancing, and you got this guy doing a bar fight. Patrick Swayze looks good in this one. His fighting scenes are very believable and realistic, as much as they can make them. You're not going to see, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Van Damme type of fight scenes in this one. But, this is a bar fight, and that's supposed to get that. And he gets down and gritty, very realistic in this one. So they look pretty realistic. The key fighting move, all these fighting movies, you do got you got to do this move, is for this one though, the outology is to take out the back of the guy's knee. You kick the back of the guy's knee, he'll bring you down to size, no matter how big the guy is. That's Patrick Swayze's philosophy, who learned from Sam Elliott. And then I guess Patrick Swayze likes to rip people's throats out. And that's his ultimate finishing move. And he does that once in the movie, which would be very hard. I think it's hard. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Nobody's tried it on me. I haven't seen it in real life, but it feels like that would be hard to grab somebody's throat and rip it out. Sam Elliott, fighting scenes. Why of all the people they picked Sam Elliott to be like his mentor? But anyways, his fighting scenes are not that believable. He's kind of very small. I didn't realize really how small Sam Elliott was until I watched this movie. But his acting does carry a very good presence. So notice, it's just the fighting scenes with Sam Elliott is something to be desired. One good pretty good fighting scene though is between the lead henchman and Patrick Swayze, and that's the one where he used the throat scene. Think of Kill Bill, the 5 fist star thing. You stop somebody's heart with the fist thing. That's kind of what they're looking at. Overall, like I said, it's definitely a guy movie. Something you probably wouldn't want to bring your wife or a girlfriend on a date thing, but a bunch of you guys sitting around, it's good. It gets fighting scenes. I haven't seen the remake. I have no desire to see the remake. Personally, I get kind of tired of seeing remakes. But, this is a 1980. I always thought this was an earlier than an 89 movie. I thought this was somewhere after, like right after. I thought this was between The Outsiders and Dirty Dancing. I thought it was in that time period. I didn't realize this was after Dirty Dancing. And it kind of did surprise me because Patrick Swayze did say that he was getting kind of... one reason why he didn't become a bigger star was because he's getting more and more picky about roles that he was accepting. So it's kind of surprising that he accepted this role. In the cinematography of Patrick Swayze, this would be after Dirty Dancing and falls and before Ghost with Demi Moore, which is a really good movie. Overall, it's a good Patrick Swayze movie. Like I said, I don't think it was bad enough to deserve a Razzie, unless it was for screenplay. I think that was one of the categories. But Swayze does a good job. The cinematography is pretty good. The fighting scenes are good in it. It's just your average movie for that time period. So it was on Amazon Prime. Now it's off of Prime, but I just looked on there. I guess you can rent it for free. So if we want to check out or revisit Roadhouse, Amazon Prime would be the place to find it. What's your guys' thought about Roadhouse? I don't know, on the Patrick Swayze cinematography line, his filmography, I should say. I don't know what place I would put this movie. Maybe about 5th or 6th place. Ghost has to be up there. Outsiders is very good. You got Red Dawn and Dirty Dancing. Those are probably like the top tier Patrick Swayze movies. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this. Didn't really say much about the movie. And you got like the monster truck. One thing about the 80s is this was the decade of monster trucks and Bigfoot. And it does make an appearance in this. I don't know, it's not Bigfoot itself. But there is a monster truck in this movie. I highly doubt that the people who own Bigfoot would allow their truck to be used in this, considering the person who uses the monster truck is a villain. And it goes off crazy inside of a... I guess not really inside, but of a car lot. But, it's kind of like if you're looking for a history and the phenomenon of monster trucks, the 80s, how big they were. I mean, they were big enough to be used in a movie called Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, an A-list star at the time. Kind of fits into the 80s culture. And there's other movies that did use the Bigfoot in there. I'm not just sure. I haven't really followed monster trucks in a long time. I'm not really sure if Bigfoot is still the big thing. I know Gravedigger kind of took over that for a while. Anyways, enough of me rambling on. Have a great day. Until next time, bye.